This is reserve problem 1 from chapter 7. It's a Taguchi loss function calculation. Management at Circulectra Corporation is concerned about the amount of scrap being generated in making an integrated circuit board. The specification was 0.675 plus or minus 0.09 volts. A team was formed to find the root cause of scrap, and they succeeded in finding a way to reduce the scrap cost to $12.15 per pound per part. What is the Taguchi loss function for this project? So the Taguchi loss function tries to expresses the amount of loss, or the dollars essentially, that the company will suffer if the production or that quality characteristic of interest is outside of the tolerance limit. So a constant is computed that will be multiplied by the amount of tolerance squared. So if tolerance, and this is squared, if tolerance is measured by the quality characteristic, the value of the quality characteristic that is being monitored minus the target value, or the nominal value that we want that quality characteristic to have. So that's the loss function expressed in equation form. So we have, in this case, we have a $12.15 cost per unit, and we want to compute that K, or that constant, and we know that the tolerance allowed is 0.09. So if we solve for K, we get 1500. And so our loss function is K, which is 1500, times X minus T, that whatever that target value is, squared. So in part B, we're told what is the Taguchi loss function if the process deviation from target can be reduced from its current level to 0.05. So still we're using the same loss function, but now we get 1500 times, now the variation is 0.05 squared. So if we compute that, we get $3.75. And so we went from 12.15 to 3.75, and that is $8.40 essentially per part. So if we are able to go from 0.09 to 0.05 in terms of controlled variation, so reducing the variation by that much, then per unit we can have that much of a cost saving. So different design processes can be investigated that we could probably invest in, or that we could employ, so that we could have this kind of a cost savings realized. All right, so the next problem is very similar. It says a specification for the voltage applied to an integrated circuit made by Circulectra Corporation is 1.5 plus or minus 0.08 volts. It costs $6.40 to scrap the circuit if it's outside of the specifications. So determine the Taguchi loss function for this situation. So again, our loss function is Lx equals K times X minus T squared. And in this case, we know that our loss is $6.40 per unit. And computing the K, we get, and then of course the, right here, our tolerance is 0.08 squared. So K in this case turns out to be 1000. So our loss function then is 1000 times X minus T squared. Okay.